Happy New Year's. If it's not Happy New Year's, then happy almost New Year. I've been playing a bit of RTS games for a little bit, just my off time, not just with like Empire War. I haven't been playing Empire War because I've been guiltily been playing some other games that have been really fun, honestly, and I would highly recommend. So I'm gonna rank all the games down that I've been playing, including Empire War, just so if you guys want to play, if you guys are interested, then you guys can just explore, because usually honestly these RTS games aren't like that expensive. All right, let's get started. If you guys like, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video for more content, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm also sponsored by Mod Energy and Udi. I would highly recommend it. Links will be down in the description and with the code as well. Also, I'll be streaming next week. I'm not really sure the times yet basically, but I will have the times on Discord and the schedule. If you guys want to check out the Discord, we chat there, do movie nights. I am going to be playing more movie nights because Book of Boba Fett's here, so that's awesome. Well, if you guys want to see the Twitch schedule, make sure you guys head over there. All right, let's get started. The number 5 that gets onto this list is Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia. I played this game for a little bit. Honestly, it was fun for me, but I saw the reviews online and it said it was too easy, or some things were cut out from Untitled Total War, which was kind of predecessor, or kind of like the previous game basically. They kind of like took out some of the stuff there, and in my opinion it was okay, but I do kind of see why people do not like this game. First reason why I kind of like this game is it's easy to see everything on your menu. Your user interface is like very clear, what you have to do and what you can do basically. Like if you have any problems within your faction, basically, like someone turning against you, which is I kind of like somebody like wanting to like grab power, which is pretty cool to say the least. I kind of like the mechanic of just getting rid of them all the time, because that was really fun. I didn't know what would happen if they would basically would overthrow me. I don't know if that is even possible. That's like the pro about it. The combat is pretty cool. I like the ability of the shield castle, but that will be also with the con as well, which I'll explain or basically right now. I think like too often I do see the castle, this wall castle. It's like the shield wall basically, but it just blocks off arrows, and that's basically it. The phalanx is gone, the shield wall, the regular shield wall is gone from Rome 2. I was just not really comfortable with just the lack of abilities that you can have with these factions and units. And there's a little bit of units, like a lot of units going around when it comes to this faction basically, or I see lack of abilities for units too often in the game, so I did not like that. And also with kind of like the cinematic, like the combat stuff, I just wasn't really a big fan of, because of the fact that each one was just like the same old. When you charge in, oh yeah, same execution every time. It's not For Honor, I guess, but it's still the same thing all the time, so it kind of gets a little repetitive, and you have the whole area of Britannia to conquer. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of odd results then, depending if you play on legendary or normal difficulty. I played it on normal because I'm a monkey brain like that. But anyways, that's basically like my kind of opinion with Thrones of Britannia. It's just not there. I would just put it to a 5. If you guys want to play this game, if you never played an RTS game, this is a game to go for. I would highly recommend it. I'm not sure if on sale. If it's on sale, get it. If it's not, don't get it. Number 4 spot goes to Rome 2 Total War. Why do I say that? Even though I played the game pretty often when it came out, or a couple years after it came out actually, is because of the fact it still has its kind of flaws for just having the lack of content there is. I know there's a lot of content with the DLCs and the story packs, but I tried some of them and it's just like it's the same story every time. There's nothing new. I'm not sure about the other DLCs. You guys can correct me on that. For Rome 2, I do put it above Thrones of Britannia because it has a lot of factions and it's got more playstyles than most. Basically, you got Greeks with the phalanx, you got Rome with the testudo, you've got what's it called, Persian Empire or Parthians with their Parthian shot, which I didn't use it a lot, but I kind of appreciate the variety of stuff there was in the game. I do kind of like the fact that with some factions, with Rome and Carthage, you can actually upgrade your units. I know Thrones of Britannia did this a bit as well. You can like actually upgrade your units from this first tier to up tier. But I honestly kind of like the fact that Rome 2 actually like kind of structures its like, you know, placements of units like pretty well. Like light infantry, very light infantry, so you know which one's good, which one's better, you know. And then you got like heavy infantry, very heavy infantry. I like the fact that they even have a step up of this like super heavy infantry. Where's the super light infantry though? I think those are the pros that I have, and with it, with the story as well, Emperor Edition brings in like the emperors, or like the 4 split in empires basically, which is pretty cool. I went to Antony because of the lion, I guess. I don't know why. That's just who I am, but yeah, that's what it was. Oh, my camera's dead. Anyways, that's one of the stuff that I kind of love, to be honest. The combat was a little bit better than Thrones of Britannia. You get more variety with that, with more units, so that's fine with all the combat that's happening in Battlefield. Like, I like how it is, you know. The UI is actually a bit better in here. It's a little bit harder or a little bit more complex, so if you're not really an RTS player, then I wouldn't suggest to go for this game first. Also, it's expensive as hell. That's one con. Like, the other con that I have is just so damn expensive. Like, I just do not like how expensive this game is. Like, after how many years? What, it's like 6, like 7 years, it's still the same price. Why? Why do you do this to me, Creative Assembly? But if you guys are willing, if you guys want a variety of factions, and you guys want different playstyles, and you guys want something that's a little bit more beautiful, you want variety of like stuff to do, and also like a decent amount of like people playing on multiplayer, then Rome 2 is the way to go for. Like, honestly, if you have the money. If you don't have the money, wait for a sale. And the third spot, I chose 4. And the third spot goes to Warhammer 2 Total War, because of the fact the pros of this is basically, even though it is full price just like Rome 2, it's got a bunch of content in there, starting with a lot of the factions that you can start with, like such as Lizardman, elves, dark elves, or just like, it's crazy. Like, the variety of stuff that you can have there is crazy. The combat is amazing. I love the cinematic like battles that you can have with these with this game, so it's amazing. The different play styles, it's very different. It's not like, oh yeah, we change a bit with one faction to there. No, they change for each faction. It's like you gotta do different objectives. It's like Marvel, like you gotta do different objectives. I don't know how different Marvel can be with Justice League, but yeah. Oh wait, DC, frick. But yes, Warhammer 2 takes that spot because it's DLCs as well. It is not too bad, not too shabby if you do want a specific type of like, you know, faction that you want to play, such as the Empire or the Lizardman or the Beastman, like the current DLC that they just released. I would go for it. Like, you can just choose which one you want basically. Some of them, like, they go on sale pretty often, so I would highly recommend like looking out for those. So if you're on to something that is more like fantasy / strategy, then this game is something to go for, honestly. And I like it. I like Lizardman, Beastman, and Empire because they just have all the fun units. I don't know how much Beastman has changed with this DLC, but I'm guessing it's a bit, and I hope I want to play it someday. I'll definitely play it though. I'll definitely play Warhammer 2 when I get to those units only challenges. It's gonna be great. But anyways, there is a con to this though, and I mean, it's just that like when it comes to like just playing it on a PC or just any kind of compatible computer, you have to play on a PC. If you don't, then you're done for. Like, Rome 2 was tolerable on a regular laptop at most, because I play on laptop. It was laggy, I mean, unfortunately, when it came to larger battles, but it was doable. But Warhammer 2 is not doable. It's just lags, even if you're just on the campaign map. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, something that's a little bit compatible, then Warhammer 2 is not, if you don't really have the PC for it. That's the only way that I can describe this, and it's full price too. So There's also that, and also with the content as well. Like, you know, you only get a couple factions. Yes, different playing styles, very different, but like if you want something more, then too bad, you gotta pay for more, I guess. It's just with the money wise, it's just kind of like, you know, it kind of disappoints me. But you know, if it's something that you guys are like willing to like pay and wanting to like, you know, dive into, then yes, I would highly recommend like getting the DLCs indefinitely. And that's why Warhammer 2 takes the number 3. I was about to do 4, frick. 3 spots. And the number 2 spot is Star Wars Empire War, both the vanilla and Forces of Corruption. Surprised! I'm surprised as myself that I put this on the number 2 spot. I'll get to the number 1 later, and you'll probably will see why. I think the reason why I love Empire War is because of the fact that it has like the battles are amazing, the space battles especially is amazing, campaign mechanics are amazing. You know, you have to first like go to the like planet, take out the blockade, and then you have to go down, go for a planetary invasion. Like it's something that's, you know, kind of like out of the ordinary, like compared to like the games that I've just talked about. You know, just, oh, take a city, take a town, oh boom, you won, all right, great, you took the town, great job, you took all of it now. But this one, like, it's a little bit more slower pace depending how you see it. Basically, like, you have to think more strategically, see which routes, like the hyperspace routes, go basically for you to blockade the enemy, and to see like which ones you have to like, you know, kind of like block off. It's not like, you know, space, like you can go any direction, you can go shortcuts. No, you have to go to these specific hyperspace rings, and you have to use them as like roads, just like real life basically, which is something that's very like, you know, something very like organized for a game for like space and, you know, sci-fi. So I kind of appreciate that kind of stuff from Empire War. Also with the ship battles, like the damage cinematics with the big capital ships, I honestly like. I kind of honestly like the cinematic. If I don't see any cinematic stuff, I'm sorry. I just know this. I mean, like there's like, as much as I do appreciate the gameplay, like I do have an emphasis on gameplay. If the gameplay's not good, then it's not good in the first place. But like, have a little bit of like the cinematic stuff, like, oh, stuff being destroyed, you know, fighters just being swirled out, you know, as you've seen all my like, you know, only units challenges, that you've seen, to the fact that what's it called, you see them go totally around, and it's amazing. I love that stuff. So, you know, they put a little bit attention to detail on this game a bit basically. And also with the fact that like the factions, even though there's only 2 in vanilla, and, you know, yeah, another one in Forces of Corruption, each one plays a different type. You know, you got a different type of playstyle. Empire, more quantity, just freaking move, get out of the way, yeah! You know, just, you know, destroy all planets out of the way. That's it with the Death Star. Also with the Rebel Alliance, you just get to infiltrate like a ninja. Like, oh, infiltrate the planet. Oh, it's our planet now, motherfuckers. You know, and you could just take a small force and destroy a facility there. And yeah, if they die, they die. Or, well, I mean, what did it cost? Well, it cost them a lot for the Empire or the Zon Consortium, depending who you attacked. Also with the Zon Consortium, they're pretty OP, as I've seen before, basically. I don't like it. But with this faction, like, you get to like corrupt, you get to like, you know, you get to do corruption on others, which is something that sounds magical, but it's not. It's just money all day basically. You get to bypass planets if you want, sneak into planets to like do sabotage, and it's crazy too. And I love the playstyle. Each one seems very different. You know, the varieties of units from Rome 2 and with Warhammer 2 Tour, it does not compare to Empire War's mechanics of like different playstyle. It is on the total on another level, you know, and it's amazing. The con that I would have for this is that like the graphics are like, as much as like, you know, I don't really care about the graphics. You know, I don't care about the low graphics, even though I install mods to make the game a little bit more beautiful. It's just laggy still. Even with big space battles or like large land battles, you still get a bit lag, which kind of confused me, because this game was developed or released I think I have no idea, but before 2010, that's one thing for sure. And I just don't understand why they can't update the game so that they can make the battles, space battles especially, like more smoother. I guess not. I guess we will never find out, you know, and that's basically the end of the life. The other pro that I would go for Empire War is that it has many mods for you to choose from in the Steam Workshop. As soon as Steam you know, collaborate with Empire War and they connected Empire War with the Steam Workshops, the mods are amazing. I would highly recommend Thrawn's Revenge, Follow the Republic at War, and then also Awakening of the Rebellion. I think it's like All Wings Reporting, like that's the update, and then also with the Star Wars Empire War remake. Those are the 5 mods that I would go for, and I will still continue to see if I can make some videos out of that as soon as I'm done with the vanilla, and then we move on. Anyways, that is the number 2 spot. I did that right now. Perfect. Number 2 spot goes to Empire War. And then the first one, number 1 spot, is I've been addicted to this RTS game for a little bit. Shogun 2 Total War. I doubted myself that this game would be amazing. I had no idea this game would be just blast me like crazy good, honestly. The pros that I have just go endless. The amount of like factions that this game has. I mean, they only have a couple, but the different play styles, as much as they're a little bit small, honestly, like they are honestly small. That's one thing. They don't really have a variety, but the way that they have for perks, have for the units is kind of crazy. I mean, they don't have the variety of looks because all the factions have the same type of units. But the thing is, this certain perks such as like the Takeda, you know, they have a lower cost to cavalry and superior cavalry, so you'll be using more cavalry for your time. And then another faction, you know, that use emphasis more on the freaking archers, they will emphasis more on archers, and they'll make them cheaper, and they will have superior archers as well, which is pretty cool. And also along with that, with one of them, I could use it, but I don't really use it for some reason. The Siege faction. I forgot what the Siege faction was. Obama? No, it wasn't Maha. Yeah, I lost my mind. Yeah. But basically, this faction emphasis more on siege weaponry. So basically, siege weaponry will be a little cheaper, and you get superior like cannons, which is pretty cool. I also the other con with that is basically like all the factions will experience a kind of like decision that you have to make during that time, whether or not to embrace Christianity. And it's, I think, is it like history accurate that they did that? I think they did, because I know the fact that you know, Japan went through a feudal age during the 1800s, and then that's when they were developing stuff. But I know they got the arquebus from the Spanish from the Spanish basically. So that's how they got their firearms and cannons. Or I don't know about the cannons because they only had muskets. And yeah, that was it. But the thing is, like, they traded with the Spanish. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. But when you do start a faction, you within a couple of turns, you get a kind of a decision to make. You know, you can either embrace Christianity, which means that like other factions will hate you if they are like Buddhists, basically. So that's great. I love that, you know, getting hated by everyone. If you don't go with the trade, then you just go on with your own lives, basically. You just do whatever. You just do you, basically. Yeah, and that's it. You know, but if you do embrace Christianity, you get all this like awesome tech, which is awesome. Oh wait, there's more. Also, with the freaking cinematic combat for the Shogun 2 is amazing. Like each one of them just seems very like different. Like none of them seem to be like the same until probably like for a while you see the same things all the time because you've already seen them all. You already know which one it is. But like at first, like everything seems to be different. Like spears to swords, sword to swords, spear to spears. It's all different. How you charge, how you defend from invading charges. That stuff, like, it's all different. The cinematic they have is amazing. Also with the agents too. For the first time in my life, I like when it comes to this game, I know Rome 2 has agents, but the fact is that, oh my gosh, the agents in Rome 2 are so freaking annoying. You have like 10 or 20 just dismantle your army in a second. But in this game, agents don't really have that much power. When they do succeed, it's powerful, but they need to do a high risk. A high risk for a high reward, or else they'll be killed. That's one thing for sure. They're not invisible like, oh yeah, I got 5 stars, you know, for experience. I'm gonna take down this entire army. No. In this, oh yeah, I got 10 stars, but I still got a chance I'm gonna freaking die. And I've seen that a lot with some of my agents, and it's crazy. It's like, okay, damn, that's crazy. Even though he was experienced, he died. So that's one thing for sure. And also, they even added with cinematics when each one is like different, basically. Like no other cinematic is like the same, basically, which is crazy. I think this is only with the. Was it with the? I think it's only with Ninja. I've only seen with the Ninja. I think there's 2 other. I think there's 2 other agents that you can also recruit, but you guys can tell me which ones, and do they have like cinematics for that in Shogun 2? But I do appreciate the fact that like there's a bunch of cinematics for Shogun 2 is, you know, it shows to tell that they put so much detail in this game. So I think I appreciate that stuff. You know, it doesn't feel like tedious to the fact that I need to like recruit all out agents. I could just go on with the campaign without them, but they do help me a bit, like try to like, you know, control population, or to help me with conquering a castle or sabotaging the gates. It's amazing, but it's high risk. But it's that kind of good high risk in which is that, oh frick, you know, this is an annoying kind of risk. No, this is a fun kind of risk. It's adventurous. So that is one thing for sure on why, you know, Shogun 2 takes first place, other than Empire War. I don't know why. And also, the game is pretty cheap. Very surprisingly, with this amount of content, you think that they wouldn't have so much stuff, but I guess they do. And it's crazy, and I love that. So if you guys are out there trying to look for a game, basically, like this game, Shogun 2 Total War, is the RTS way to go. So I would highly recommend you guys. If you don't get it, we can't be friends no more. So what were the other RTS games that you guys wanted to see or wish to see in this? That does not include League of Legends. Or I was gonna say StarCraft 2, but that's honestly also a strategy game. I'm also gonna be doing another like video, something similar to this, but with more like, okay, like all like FPS games, because I've also been playing regrettably like all like the free to play like FPS games, and I always just want to see. I want to like rank them as well, but I will be doing that in another time in another video. We are at freaking 291 subscribers. That is crazy. We're almost nine subscribers away from what's it called, 300. We were at like 20. I'm pretty sure none. I think it was like 5 subscribers like last year, which is crazy. We've increased about 100 subscribers. I don't know how to thank you guys for that. So I mean, like, if you guys want me to do giveaway, tell me which giveaway you guys want me to do, you know, because I do want to give back to you guys for the YouTube. I know Twitch and YouTube is a little bit different. I do want to like merge it together, but that is yet to be seen. We'll have to see about that for next year. But anyways, Happy New Year's to all of you guys. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. Hope you guys are staying strong, staying positive, and staying helpful, and staying thoughtful, because the brain matters. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. For the Republic, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Also, new intro. Oh, no, wait, not intro. Outro, yeah.